It's David with the Paranormal Sessions podcast. Last night was kind of an unusual situation. First of all, I went last night into the bedroom, laid in the bed in the dark with my night vision camera, and I was waiting for the white light to show because normally, your eyes have to adjust to the dark, and then so it takes maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less. So after 20 minutes laying on the bed, there is no white light. And I thought, which in a way that's good news because it means there's not any activity from the shadow person. So I happened to look, because I'm laying on the bed waiting for the white light so I could film it. So I looked directly up and there was no dark cloud, which is great. I mean, that means, at least for the time being, there is no shadow person activity. But I don't understand why the white light disappeared last night. I mean, it's been there for quite a while, but that's my own fault. I mean, I take full responsibility. I should have filmed it earlier, but it is what it is. But I am going to go back and look at some old footage. I think I got in one of the videos when it was in my bedroom. I think one of the videos shows a white light. You can see it pretty clearly, but I'm gonna have to go through a lot of footage, so I won't be able to upload it quickly. But the strange part is I'm going to bed, so I know there is no white light, and so I happen to look over to my curtains, and they're having like this black strips in the folds of the curtain. And then it looked like, and maybe my eyes were deceiving me, but it looked like a woman that was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 feet tall or something, was moving within the curtains. I didn't see any more of those little, what I call trolls, but it looked like a woman, just a shorter version of a woman. I saw her and I thought, well, okay, that's, I can try filming that later on. So, I had checked in on the other side and I saw a couple, deformed things, which, okay, that's no big deal. So I go to bed. So around 3:15 in the morning, I wake up and there's a man that's probably, I don't know, maybe 3 feet away, and I think he just recently died. And the only reason I think it, he's walking very slow and he's unsure of himself and he's sticking his hand out. And I thought he was going to go ahead and try to touch me because that happened one time before. But it's almost like he's lost where he's at. I assume he knows he's on my side and he's not on the other side. So, but he was moving his hand, and I could see it kind of like a lightweight jacket, and then he had a baseball cap. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I just did out of instinct, but I stuck my hand out with my exorcist ring, and then I said in my mind, I have the power of God behind me, because since I'm connected, when I say that, they'll, they can hear that. But that was really odd. But after I stuck my hand out, he didn't really do anything. But then I realized I don't think he's evil. And what I think is going to happen, which in a way I hope it does, and in a way I hope it doesn't. And I'm sure for the people I've been new, I did have a portal in my room, and then I didn't think about it, but someone offered me a really expensive piece of furniture that they didn't want to use. I don't know why, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. So I put that in there, and it shut off the whole portal. And a few days later, when I was connecting to the other side, I saw all these upset people giving me dirty looks because I had shut off the portal. Because I had seen one man walk into the original dresser, and he's cut off at the the waist. So the top of him, I can see, and he looks normal, but he has no legs because he's, being in that portal, he's like halfway in. And then I saw a woman with an expensive dress and elaborate hairstyle. I mean, you could tell that dress. I think it was a sequin dress. It looked like it was probably worth $1,000 or $2,000. And she just, glided by in the front of my bed and walked straight in the portal and disappeared. So I think a new portal is going to open, because the other one, it only lasted, well, because I switched out the furniture, it was only running for like, well, I shouldn't say running, but it existed for like maybe five or 6 days, and then I switched out the furniture. So, and this reminds me of something I saw a couple years ago. This one channel, which I don't believe anything they post, but he showed some kind of circle on a wall, and then when he touched it, it was like electricity or something. And it just didn't make any sense. Now, spirits, whether they're good or evil, if they're around energy, they're going to have, they're more powerful, they can move faster and all that. But when I saw that, I just laughed. I go, because when I saw the portal, I didn't even know a portal existed until I saw the man walk into the dresser, and then half of them was showing and the other half wasn't. So there's no circles. I think it was like there was a show back in the, I think, 90s where you'd go into this large circle and you'd go to another, you'd come out on Mars or whatever, I don't know. But that's why I always find ironic is that people who have never seen it, but they're trying to tell people they have, they always come up with these elaborate things. And when I saw that portal, it wasn't that big of a deal. Now, I did see one other portal prior to that, and I think I might have covered it. This happened, God, I don't know, like 3 years ago, maybe. And there was like an old style monk outfit from like maybe the 1800s, but he was evil, and he was walking really like haltingly because evidently he didn't have that much energy, so maybe for whatever reason he hadn't been around energy to get more powerful. So he's going from left to right, and then all of a sudden where the curtains are, I see this light showing, and the best way to describe it is like you have a basement, you open it, like let's say you're in the dark in your basement and someone opens the door at the top, you see the light shooting down. Well, that's the way he was, and so he's like doing this halting, and then as soon as he hits that light, he just glides up like he's on an escalator. And that was the first time I ever saw a portal. Now the other one wasn't anything like that. They were just walking into the dresser and then disappearing. So I assume then there's more, portals show up in different ways or present themselves in different ways. Because I assume they were going to be like the other one, like someone open up a door and the people in the basement would see him and then they'd glide up. But this one, he just walked directly into the dresser, he stopped and I just saw half of him. And then the next woman, I think it was the next night or 2 nights later, she just walked directly into it and disappeared. So hopefully I'll see the portal again. But the problem is that I believe there's going to be evil trying to use that to come back out onto my side. At least that's the way I, that's the way I viewed it the last time. But we'll see what happens. But I feel really stupid for not filming it when I saw the light. And I thought, okay, I'll film it, last night. And there's nothing there. And I was like one day too late. And I thought, the next time I shows, which, honestly, I don't want to show for a while because that means that the shadow person is back. But I am going to try that other footage and see. But if I can find it, and it'll show. But the camera at that time was about 10 feet away from the white light. But I didn't even notice it, until I looked at the film and it showed up there. So I'll try to find that. But I think there's going to be a portal opening again. I mean, it was actually pretty cool to see. I mean, the first time I saw it, I started looking at it. I didn't quite understand what I was seeing because I never, saw a portal. The only one I saw was the one like, someone opening a door in the upper level and the lights hitting down to the people in the basement. But this, he just, glided on right by and then stopped, and he turns around and looks. And so I guess I don't know if that's the portal to help cross over, because when he stood there, he turned around and looked like, from like me facing him, he would turn his head to the left, and he wasn't evil. I didn't get any kind of any kind of feeling about it. So I assume he was using that to cross over. But then, if that's the case, I don't think evil would be able to use it to go from their side over to our side. But that's a whole nother discussion. But I apologize for not filming. I thought, okay, I'm going to lay on the bed, wait for the white light to start showing after my eyes adjust, and then I'm going to film it. And then it's not even there. And then when I saw the dark cloud was gone, I thought, well, that's a good thing. But after I made this big to-do about I'm going to be showing the white light, I thought, well, that was really stupid of me. So I apologize about that. But as soon as it ever shows up, which hopefully maybe it won't be for a month or two, because I don't want the shadow person to come back. But as soon as I see it, I'm going to immediately film it, because I'm not going to take any more chances. Excuse me. And I am going to set a camera now facing over towards the curtains and then just run it at night. Because I usually, I get up around 5, so I'll probably turn around 10 or 10:30, and it'll run for, I think, 2 hours or so, or an hour, I can't remember. But I'm going to start doing that now, because I'm sure you're going to catch something. But I feel bad about, I finally, I didn't feel good the previous night because I was going to do it. The next day I felt a lot better, so I said I'll go ahead and film it. And then there's no white light. I mean, but that's all on me. I should have filmed it as soon as I started talking about it. I should have gotten in the bed, waited for my eyes to adjust, and then filmed, but I didn't. But I won't make the same mistake twice. So, like I said, I apologize for not filming that, but hopefully I'll catch that man who crossed over, because I assume he isn't evil. But I'm also going to hook up my trail cam, because that's when I took those pictures of the dead, and I got to get that out too, because I've tried to hire an editor, but I can't seem to find anyone. So I'm just going to do the best I can, and I think most people aren't really going to care how great my editing is, other than I show the pictures of what I've seen in my bedroom. I think that's more important, but I am trying to be a better editor. So like I said, I'm sorry. I was looking forward to show the white lights this morning, and everybody could see it, and now I don't have anything. So, but I'll do better next time. But I appreciate everyone watching. Thanks.